In the immortal words of Al Swearingen, shit sorts out fast in Deadwood. No sooner do I part my yawning yap on the subject of the Snarkmaster-in-Chief laying the smackdown on a CNN logo, than CNN itself waddles the fuck into the fray and imbibes in some blackmail.
The video shared by President Trump to his 33 million personal Twitter followers was apparently first posted by a Reddit user who goes by this online name. And the ADL seems to call out the president, saying, when those on the fringes of society feel their messaging is getting mainstream attention, that should raise alarms.
Well, there's a new blade in the old proverbial Swiss smarmy knife: doxing and blackmail. Odd. I didn't think CNN messed around with blackmail, unless, of course, they were recently gunned down by a cop. So to recap.
Previously on X-Men.
Reddit user Han Asshole Solo, reputed, although admittedly unconfirmed, to be a mere 15 years old, posts a video meme from WrestleMania 23 wherein Donald Trump clotheslines the motherfucking muscle milk Adam McMahon, but he replaces Vinnie Mac's leathery jowls and salt and pepper toupee with a CNN logo. An unrealistic depiction, to be frank. If it were the genuine article, that logo would be 3 fists into his fucking colon. Largely ignored, it ultimately makes its way down the shit slick of social media, where it somehow lands in the inbox of the most powerful man in the world, who retweets it at CNN's expense. The result is as puerile as it is predictable. The unbridled shrillery of the mainstream media hits Halford with his balls in a bandsaw pitch. Incitement of violence, unpresidential conduct, enact the 25th Amendment and impeach the prez for posting a fucking cartoon! Why leap to impeachment, you ask? Well, you see, friends, CNN, with a journalistic acumen I haven't seen since Reefer Madness, the self-sane investigative bona fides that compelled them just 1 week ago to regurgitate the Russian nothing burger they were later revealed to have been tipped off to by a fucking tweet, could find no exculpatory evidence suggesting the video had been shared anywhere else but Reddit before the Donald dropped it on their dongs. Ergo, the president must have clearly been in direct contact with a fucking 15-year-old, all for the purposes of retweeting a goofy-ass GIF.
The problem is we and other media outlets who have searched can't find any evidence of it existing anywhere but Reddit before the president picked it up. Now, why does that matter? Because if he got it from that source, a whole bunch of new questions about racism, bigotry, and violence come into play.
Hey, thanks for the scoop, Columbo. Otherwise, I might have just looked on my fucking feed, where it's been retweeted to me at least a half dozen goddamn times before Trump caught the faintest whiff of the fucking thing. And therein lies the eternal downside of cowering behind a block list, bitch tits. Much of the mitigating evidence you need to, correctly do your goddamn jobs can only be found outside your gilded goddamn fuck bubble. And allow me to momentarily remind you all that this sterling, Sherlock Holmesian deductive process was performed by the professional proctomancers over at BuzzFeed, bastion of untrammeled colloquy that they fucking are.
That user of Reddit's online message board reacted enthusiastically. Wow, I never expected my meme to be retweeted by the God Emperor himself. I am honored. But others are worried, including the Anti-Defamation League, which surveyed the user's post and found a consistent record of racism, anti-Semitism, and bigotry. This individual traffics in online hatred and at times violent rhetoric.
CNN having a snarkathon about perceived racism? Take a long drag off that hilarity, hookah folks. If tweeting a video from a shitposting rando on Reddit constitutes a full-on fucking cross-burning, might I politely inquire what in fried green tomatoes is this shit?
As Jack Cafferty just pointed out so tragically, so many of these people, almost all of them that we see, are so poor and they are so black.
We don't need white people leading the Democratic Party right now.
Covfefe, C-O-F-E-F-E.
Good enough.
Close, you win. But it, again, is a nonsense word, so we're not sure that its root is actually in Sanskrit, which is what you're probably used to using, so I don't know.
Oh, no, she gunga didn't. And really, this is how frantic you fucknobs are to get anything at all to stick to the Trumpmeister. You're literally now holding the Donald accountable, not merely for his immediate sphere of influence, but doxing 15-year-olds he's never fucking met to see if maybe, at summer camp one year, the creator of the video, who Donald Trump has never once been in danger of being even peripherally acquainted with, may have dropped an N-bomb at a Boy Scout weenie roast. I mean, fuck 15! Say he's 97! Say the fucker needs a Ouija board for a family reunion! If we find out he called a Chinese dude Jackie Chan one time, does that make it fucking better? We'll kill her! So long as we're combing the horizon for the faintest traces of ethnic effrontery, maybe turn your eyes over to MSNBC and ascertain if your boy Kurt Eichenwald beating it black and blue to Boku no Pico is penile appropriation. Because I'd bet 15 bars of gold-pressed latinum at this precise moment, he's working his wank shaft like a slab of saltwater taffy to the thought of appropriating all over Hatsune Miku's face, neck, and chest. To prove a point to his family, of course. But enough of Eichenwald's yellow journalism, because lost in the brown eye of the Category 5 shitstorm is just how many establishment hack Republicans decided to dogpile on the president in unison.
You are the president of the United States. You are the leader of the free world. And I want you to be able to set the highest possible example for my 10-year-old daughters and their generation. I want them to say, when I get older, I want to be the president of the United States.
For the president of the United States, the greatest country of the world, the person who is representing our country, to use that kind of language is just so inappropriate.
The reason I call your attention to these names, folks, is that these are the cats preventing Obamacare from being repealed, the wall from being erected. In short, the avowed motherfucking obstructionists precluding the president from accomplishing the very things we put him there to accomplish. Susan Collins, a mangled muff from Maine. Lee Zeldin, Republican extraordinaire from the heaving and flame fucknob of New York. And of course, no subversionary suck-off would be complete without my home state's very own sentient melanoma mole, McCain. Note their names, devote them to memory, and should you live in their municipalities come November, feel free to consign them to the chundering cockpile of history. Even if you believe Trump to be the chest-slapping, ear-biting coprophage the media's portrayed him as, a possibility I would argue has lapsed from unlikely to full-on fucking fantasy fiction of late. I mean, I'm sorry, folks, I don't care how rich and powerful you are, you don't go from civilian to president of the free fucking world in under a year by swilling paste and playing in traffic. Your assessment of Trump notwithstanding, however, left, right, and center, you should want these rhinos rounded up regardless for one reason exactly. To quote my favorite Roman orator, Marcus Tullius Cicero, "A nation can survive its fools, and even the ambitious, but it cannot survive treason from within. An enemy at the gates is less formidable, for he is known and carries his banner openly. But the traitor moves amongst those within the gate freely, his sly whispers rustling through all the alleys, heard in the very halls of government itself. For the traitor appears not a traitor. He speaks in accents familiar to his victims, and he appeals to the baseness that lies deep in the hearts of all men. He rots the soul of a nation. He works secretly and unknown in the night to undermine the pillars of the city. He infects the body politic so that it can no longer resist. A murderer is less to fear." But Cicero rose from anonymity to the questorship in under a year. Probably a fucking turbo-tard.
The president in no way, form, or fashion has ever promoted or encouraged violence. If anything, quite the contrary.
In CNN's official response to the new video, however, the network said clearly Sarah Huckabee Sanders lied.
Wait, did CNN just cite CNN as a fucking source? Can you actually do that shit? Wait, I'm getting something here. Yes, not to worry. It appears Razor Fist has assured us all that CNN is the most gaping, prolapse, dysentery-addled ass-canyon in the history of modern journalism. I'd tell you to clench that fucking thing, Tapper, but you'd probably decapitate yourself. I'm Razor Fist. God. Fuck.
Oh no. Obviously, we just lost the satellite feed. That sucks.